So now we're going to start with setting up Camera 2 tripod. So it should come in this soft case, and when you first pull it out, first thing you want to do is just get it up to a working height so it's easy to work with. So when you raise this camera, don't start with the top ones because those are the easy to get reach ones. When you're already at the top stick of the first level, you're going to wish you had started on the bottom. So always start on the bottom with these guys. And loosen all three. Bring it up to a good height and relock. Then you can always do the rest of your height later. So I can bring it up just a little bit more. But having a good working height is always good to start with because that makes it comfortable to work with. With this tripod, you only have to get it pretty close. So after that, there's a ball level. So I can loosen this and I can level this. There's a little button on this side that makes this light up. And then all I have to do is line it up and then tighten that down. And so now I'm level. So that's kind of basics right there. You'll see that this tripod was packed away with the tilt and the pan locks in the unlocked position. All these friction locks should always travel in the unlocked position. So I put it on and immediately I can move it both pan and tilt. The handles are right on the inside of this. We can unzip this guy. There's a left and a right. These will both go on here like this. And you want to make these, you want to make sure these get put into a very comfortable position for yourself since you're going to be running this for several hours. I typically will have it come slightly out like this, and then I'll extend this all the way out. Same thing on this side. I'm going to loosen this, rotate out just a little bit, loosen this, pull this down, and you got to play with it until you get it exactly right. So open that up, but it should be very comfortable to run. Your arm should be about this height when you're running it, so that the more comfortable you are, the smoother the shot will be. So comfort is very important in this aspect. Finally, we'll add the base plate. It's on the outside here. This base plate comes in on the side, so make sure this is loose, and you're going to put it onto the side like that, and it's going to click down. When it clicks down, this red tab's going to move, which means now it's locked in place. To remove this, push that red tab in and you can lift off. Or you don't want to do that with the camera on there unless you're trying to do that on purpose. So that should be snapped in, and then I can use this to position it wherever I need to. A couple of important things about the tripod. Never ever move it while either the tilt or the pan lock are actually locked. When they are in this locked position, you can move it because it's just a friction lock, but it's just designed to hold the camera in place. It's not designed to prevent you from moving it. So quick overview of what we have. We have our tilt lock and our pan lock here. You have your bubble. You got your pan fluid, and the pan fluid is how much resistance you have on your pan. So if I want to increase the pan fluid, I can rotate this. You see there's a number right there, and as I do that, it gets harder to push. The harder you have it set to, the more work you have to do during service, but typically the smoother the shot. On the other side, I have my tilt fluid, which is numbered on the front, and the fluid for it is put into the back. One of the important things you'll want to do with your tripod is make sure that your tilt fluid is equal to or greater than that of your pan fluid, because if you have a really low tilt fluid and you a really high pan, when you add that pressure to pan it, you're going to end up tilting the camera up and down. Finally, on the back you have a counterbalance here, which should be set for your camera as already, but the counterbalance allows you to, it's what brings the camera back to center. Right now the counterbalance is set for the weight of the camera with nothing on it. If I let go, it springs back to center. Once we add the camera, it should hold it perfectly in that spot. When I'm ready to start building the camera, I'm going to lock the tilt. I'm going to lock the pan. Again, these don't have to be locked super hard, just enough to prevent that from moving on you. So next we'll build the camera.